Hello again, it's Joey Joe Maguire. Seems we've lost the summer. I think it's about to rain, as forecast. And I'm in my favourite watering hole, the Cock Tavern, which is a Young's Pub restaurant, retro style, which when it's sunny also has a wonderful garden, a wonderful sun trap for a garden. But it's not sunny today and it's about to rain. I think we're getting the back end of the American hurricane. I think it's in Florida, if I've been listening to the news correctly. Anyway, the Cock Tavern, wonderful, like I say, retro Young's Pub, well managed by a young man in the early part of his career, on his learning curve. A wonderful, friendly young man called Ziggy, and good staff, not pretentious, all well trained, good kitchen, good chefs, good food. What more could you ask for? And only 300 yards from Fulham Broadway Underground Station, and a stone's throw, maybe 500 yards, if you can throw a stone that far, from Chelsea Football Ground. Well worth a visit anyway. Anyway, that's not what I'm really here for. I'm here to recite my latest poem done in the early hours of this morning, and it's called Who Pulled the Trigger? Surprises are thin on the ground these days. I have become resilient to shock, a seasoned campaigner. Though that does not mean that I have become inhumane, lost my compassion to become void of emotion. I am still capable of some human feelings, and after yesterday's snippet of surprise, disgust and revulsion spring to mind. I am still haunted at night from nightmares of my time spent patrolling the streets of Ireland during the Troubles, where Catholic toddlers as young as 2 were conditioned by their parents to curse and spit at anything remotely resembling a uniform, too young to know why they were considered little terrorists in the making. Most of the children were on Valium, traumatized for the rest of their lives to some degree. What hope for them, I thought, and what hope for those who would surely follow in their footsteps as their children. How cruel the world can be. Last week, a harsh reminder that bitterness is a disease, more than willing to wait in the wings for a suitable host to succumb to the weakness of hatred. A little boy, no older than 12, in every newspaper across the globe, pistol in hand, laughing and playing cohort to evil. But this was no game. The man in front of him, trembling and on his knees, head bowed and about to die, at the hands of this child, and all because his troubled mother had failed miserably in her duty to be a loving parent, having passed on her own corrupted anger to her innocent son. For him there can be understanding, possibly even forgiveness, but for her, even the purgatory of hell is insufficient punishment for her crime. May her God forgive her enough to show mercy on her evil, pathetic soul. An incident last week in the world media about a young boy murdering his prisoner, ISIS prisoner, in cold blood, and laughing while he did it. How sad is our world? What have we become? Eh? Last man alive, switch the light off.